ॐ जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। ॐ वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य मणिस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ। Om. Let my speech and mind work together in harmony. Let the knowledge of the self reveal and grow within me. Let my mind and speech support and help me understand the truth taught by the Vedic teachings. Let me be diligent in learning Vedic scriptures day and night, and let me not forget the knowledge gained. I will speak about the divine truth. I speak about the absolute truth, and may that truth protect me and my teacher. Om. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. We are studying the Sri Suktam. What is the purpose? Sri Lakshmi Prasada Sithyarthe Jape Home Va Viniyogaha. For obtaining the grace of Mother Lakshmi. And who is Mother Lakshmi? She is the Divine Mother, depicted in our mythological languages as Saraswati or Lakshmi or Parvati or Kali or Shiva. So it is the grace of the Divine Mother. And this is the crux of Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. Surrender, Sharanagata Dinartha, Paritrana Parayane, Sarvasya Arti Hare Devi, Narayani Namostute. So far, we have covered 7 mantras. In our last class, we were continuing with the 7th mantra. Upaitu mam deva sakhaha, kirtischa maninasaha, pradurбhuto asmi, rastri asmin, kirtim riddhim dadatu me. May the Lord, who is manifesting in the form of all gods, such as Indra, Chandra, Surya, Kubera, etc. So, let the grace of God or the Divine Mother bring me Kubera. May Mother Lakshmi bestow fame as well as the celestial gemstone upon me. I am born in this nation. May the Mother grant me and this nation fame and wealth. This is a prayer. And again, the prayer can be interpreted. If a worldly person, what does he want? Dharma, Artha, Kama. He wants to lead a physically healthy life, intellectually healthy life, spiritually, morally and spiritually healthy life, and aesthetically healthy life. 5 types of healths are really wanted by each one of us, though we may not know, but our unconscious prayers would be like that. And can I get all these things? Yes. What is the way? Are there many ways? No. There is only one way. One can approach any temple, one can approach or do japam or meditation or pilgrimage, study of scriptures, service of the rishis and munis, sages and saints. But all these are means. There is only one goal. That is why Hinduism is crystal clear. It wants only the grace of God. And that is why especially the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, every evening, Aratrikam time, Vesper service time, they inevitably chant the name of the Divine Mother, beginning with Sarva Mangala Mangalye. It is a marvelous hymn. And in the third verse of that hymn, a Divine Mother, just like any human mother, she has sent her child for play, and she is keeping 1,000 eyes how the child is faring there. But as soon as she detects signs of tiredness in the child, immediately she rushes forth, or he also turns towards the mother, and she gathers him and cleans him and feeds him and puts him to sleep. So symbolically what it means is, our life in this world is a play. And just like Divine Mother, even to play, one has to be equipped with the right body, right intellect, and right in everything, intention, etc. So Hinduism divided this play into 3 categories. But the end of the play, that is, what is it that we really want? We want to return back. Remember Swami Vivekananda, future Swami Vivekananda, Narendranath, met Sri Ramakrishna at Suresh Mitra's house, and he sang 2 songs. One of the songs is most symbolical. Oh mind, let's go back to our own place. So, consciously or unconsciously, we are all waiting for that only. But until that time, step by step, as every baby has to grow. First he becomes a child, becomes adolescent, then a youth, middle-aged person, old-aged person. This is a normal growth. And for this growth to take place smoothly without any obstruction, we need the grace of the Divine Mother. But ultimately, it is to return to our source, from where we have all sprung. That is the prayer expressed in these beautiful words. If we are in the second stage of life, which is called Grihasthashrama, then we require the right materials, equipment, wealth, strength, support, everything, so that we can perform our duties properly, which will purify our mind, which in turn gives us the right insight as what life is and what we should do, etc. And that is being expressed in this 7th mantra. Not only we have to grow, but the only way of our growth is also to help others, everybody else, the whole world in which we are growing, to grow. That is why Swami Vivekananda, who was a rishi, he had this twin ideal, Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitayacha. With this background, let us try to understand this. This is a prayer. Oh Mother, Divine Mother, because how do we approach God? How does He listen to our prayers? According to Hindu theory, God has got 2 aspects. One aspect is without any name, without any form, without any qualities, who has no eyes, no ears, and nothing. So, even if we go on praying, He will not be able to hear us, much less grant any us, for the simple reason that He doesn't see anything other than Himself. I am. Just like in our deep sleep, we do not experience a second. Let us multiply that one or blow it up to infinite proportions, and that is the state of the highest reality. But the same reality assumes another form where there is a mind, where there are certain qualities like all-pervasiveness. He is everywhere. And he is Sarvagna. He knows everything, past, present and future. And he is Sarvashaktiman. He is endowed with all powers. He can do the impossible possible. Then he is all-loving. He will do even whether we pray or not. This is a marvelous idea. It's not that we have to love God, then only He loves us. From His viewpoint, we are all Himself, His own representations, manifestations. So it is not that one has to tell, please bestow your grace. This is what Sri Ramakrishna expressed so beautifully. The grace of God is always blowing. Only we have to unfurl our sails. What does it mean? It means the grace of the God is available 24 hours a day for eternity. But in order to avail of it, use it, we require a utensil. We have to become the utensils. If I am not hungry, I cannot eat what mother has already prepared. So the air is there so that we can breathe when we are ready. And we understand the glory of this free air, especially if we are suffering from a terrific cold where the nose becomes blocked completely, or the fortunate people who are suffering from asthma, they can also find out how precious it is because they have experienced it before. So we have to make ourselves the instruments of reception. That is our problem. All practice, either positive or negative, is all only to make ourselves so that we remove whatever is obstructing our receptive capacity is called negative practice, which is also called, by the way, yama. And developing, enlarging our capacity, this is termed as niyama according to Patanjali system. That means, in simple words, let us replace all the incapacitating qualities with capacitating qualities. Or in other words, let us overcome the demonic qualities and fill our personality with divine qualities. So this is a prayer. As I was mentioning, the grace of God is called Ishvara. The God whom we can pray, who can listen to our prayers, who can respond to our prayers, He is called Ishvara. That is called the grace of God, grace of the Divine Mother. So, Mother, O Lord, Upaitu Mam Deva Sakaha. The Lord is manifesting in the form of various gods like Indra, Varuna, Mitra, Kubera. And in Hindu lore, Kubera is the in charge of the divine power for all wealth, whatever types of wealth. And as I mentioned earlier, that Lakshmi is not the Puranic Lakshmi we are talking about. The Lakshmi is the Divine Mother whom Sri Ramakrishna had named as Shakti. When God is seen with activity, that is called Srishti Sthiti Laya. He is called by Sri Ramakrishna as Shakti. Shakti means energy. Energy means activity. All activities, whatever we do, fall into these three categories: creation, maintenance, and dissolution. But when the same mind doesn't function because we control it through yoga, or even in deep sleep, let us say, we do not do the Srishti, Sthiti and Laya. As it were, the potentiality is there, but it remains stagnated, hidden. So with this idea that Lakshmi is the Divine Mother, some call her Saraswati, some call her Parvati or Kali, it doesn't really matter. She is capable of fulfilling because she is the creatrix, matrix. So it is a prayer, let Kubera come. Kubera means what? The Lord of wealth. Wealth means what? Do not imagine only money is wealth. Happiness is the greatest wealth. There are, in fact, wealth is subdivided into three parts. A healthy body, healthy mind is the first wealth. And a deep desire to get rid of ignorance and obtain right knowledge is the second wealth. And never to feel unhappy, but always to be in bliss, that is the third wealth. And they always go together. The relationship between these three, one in three, three in one, we cannot separate them. Where there is no health, there knowledge is lacking. Where knowledge is not there, health is not okay, then to that extent the bliss also is blocked. So this is a prayer that, oh Mother, let all sorts of wealth come. And wealth, according to Hindu philosophy, is divided into two: worldly wealth and spiritual wealth. So this is what is telling, you bring the Lord of wealth to me. That means you manifest in me as Kubera and bring Kirti. Kirti means good name and fame. So there are some people, they are well known, they are called notorious. So we are not talking about people who do evil activities and they are notorious people and they are also known by people. That is not the meaning here. A person who is recognized by everybody as a good person, as a trustworthy person, as a person whom we can trust with our life. Ramakrishna calls them gentlemen. So that is the kind of name and fame we want. And this is a very common prayer in our Upanishads. Many times you say, let the teacher go on praying, let disciples come from all the directions to me. So, Shamayantu Amayantu Brahmacharina Swaha, Shamayantu Brahmacharina Swaha, Damayantu Brahmacharina Swaha. So let my name and fame spread all over the world. As what? Not as a rich man, not as a powerful man, not as the greatest man. So why do I say that they bring this word greatest? Because there was a wrestler called Muhammad Ali and he wrote autobiography and it's termed, I am the greatest. That's not what we mean here. So I am waiting like a loving mother. Let disciples who want to follow me. That was the idea of education in the past Vedic times. That is called Guru Kula. Guru, a person goes to the teacher, lives with him, and 24 hours he will be with him. He looks at the life. The teaching is perhaps very little, but the impression that the character of the teacher, the wealth that one derives by observing the Guru's life and trying to imitate that kind of life, that is the real, true education, as Swami Vivekananda puts it, is character building. And that is the kirti. That is why a teacher says, let disciples approach me from every direction. Why? Because I am the manifestation of God. It is not that I am an individual and I want to attract people, but God is manifesting in me, and whoever comes to me, so they will attain to the same state as me. This is a marvelous parallel with Sri Ramakrishna's life. There was a time after he had finished all his spiritual practices, nearly after 12 years of time, a irrepressible desire had risen in his heart. He used to run at the time of the sunset to the roof of where he was living at Dakshineswar. Oh mother, I cannot bear to live without my children. I am tired of hearing the worldly talks. Please bring all the devotees to me. And one by one the devotees started coming. Not only verse started coming, we are also included in it, and those who will come in the future are also included, because that call is an eternal call, because it is the Divine Mother's call. So that is the type of kirti we want. Why did Sri Ramakrishna want? Because he can't spend his time. He had to go on babble. Otherwise his time will not be spent. No. Just as a mother or a cow who had just given birth to a calf is full, its udder is overflowing with milk, and it cannot withstand if the calf does not suckle and then become strong and play. You must see, perhaps few of you have seen. So when a cow gives birth, and when the calf is joyfully drinking the milk from the udder of the cow, the mother is going on licking, and the joy the cow experiences at that time is indescribable. I have seen that, that's why I am telling you. So it expresses joyfully, my child is drinking my milk, and it will make it survive and become strong and live. That is the only prayer of the mother. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matra Rupena Samsthita. But our Divine Mother is not only to make the children alive, but Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Vidya Rupena Samsthita, Lajja Rupena Samsthita, Jyoti Rupena Samsthita, Nidra Rupena Samsthita, Shudha Rupena Samsthita, Trishna Rupena Samsthita. Every type of talent, the manifestation of divinity that we can get, we can see. It is all the manifestation of the Divine Mother in different individuals, in different proportions. That is the type of kirti I want. Manina Saha. So there is a gem. And in Hindu lore, this is where Lakshmi stays. It's called Kaustubha Mani. It is always on the chest. That means nearest to the heart of Lord Vishnu. And then the person doesn't forget. Pradurbhutosmi Rashtrayasmin. I am born, I have taken birth in this particular land. This is my motherland. So it is my duty to not only to be happy myself, blissful myself, but to help everybody attain to the same goal. Why do you think Swami Vivekananda was so anxious, even though so many Hindus have betrayed him, even did the most unimaginable, horrible things for him, but he never lost his love of India. In fact, we should not say Swamiji loved only India. He said, he declared, the whole universe is my children only. I want to give Uttishtata, Jagrata, Prapyavara, Nibodhatha, Shrunvantu Vishve, Amrutasya Putra. This message was given where? Not only in India, but that was much later. But the first, this message was conveyed at the Parliament of Religions in USA. I am born in this world, not only for my liberation, but for the liberation of everybody. And that is embedded in the twin ideal motto of the Ramakrishna order. That is, Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha. So, O Mother, second time it is coming, Kirtim Riddhim Dadatu Me. May you grant me Kirti, good name and fame. Let it spread like fragrance in all the four directions. And how to distribute my love, etc., without the least bit of negativity. Buddhim Dadatu Me and Riddhim Dadatu Me. Riddhi, Kirti and Riddhi. So if people come, not only I should know what I should give, but I should be able to give them more than to their satisfaction. Overflowing, abundance. That is the meaning of Riddhim Dadatu Me. So may the Divine Mother, who is manifesting in every form of God such as Kubera, may her grace bring him to me. Kubera, as I said, represents all sorts of wealth, both worldly wealth as well as spiritual wealth. And since I am born on this earth, let me strive to attain my own manifestation of divinity. Let me also in the process help others also to do that one. So now we will go into a little bit of details. So give me that money. Here beautiful word is used, Mani Nasaha. Let Kubera come, not only himself, but with a celestial gem. It is called Kaustubha, and more importantly, it is called Chintamani. What is Chintamani? Wish fulfilling stone. There are many Chintamanis are there. Kalpataru, for example, the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna celebrate 1st January of every year in memory of Sri Ramakrishna's bestowing grace upon all his devotees, worthy devotees, on 1st January 1886. But more than that, whenever, every day when we go into to our bed, and first some time is spent in dreaming. This dreaming is also called Kalpataru. The mind just imagines, and whatever it imagines will come true. That is why the mind is called Kalpataru. But we believe, Hindus believe, that there is a real wish-fulfilling tree and wish-fulfilling stone. So whatever a person desires, this stone is capable of giving. So what is this precious gem? And fortunately, there are marvelous commentators to expand this idea. So what is that? That intellect that has spiritual qualities, good values, commitment to dharma, and service to everybody, and developing divine qualities. That is the gemstone. So the money can be also a mantra. Let me be good. Let me develop divine qualities. Let me have devotion to God. It could be a prayer. And of course, it is the grace of God. And it is also considered as Kaustubha. And then, as we mentioned, since I am born on this earth, so everybody is a manifestation of the divinity only. Rashtra is a very beautiful word. Here, Rashtra means in a particular nation. But a spiritual person doesn't confine himself to a particular state. Only narrow-minded people. I am born in Texas, I will pray only to Texas for the welfare of the Texas people. No, I am born in this world. And every human being. Why only human being? Non-human beings. Without them, we do not stop to think for a second. Without what is called the plant kingdom and animal kingdom, we cannot survive, because they are supplying our very life, oxygen, etc. So we pray to the Mother to give us wisdom So with that we can rise above the wrong identification with one particular physical body and with one language, with one religion, with one nation. We must rise. That is what Swami Vivekananda wanted. So the devotees pray for a good name in society, and he or she must lead a life of dharma. That means healthy life, physically, mentally, intellectually, aesthetically, and morally and spiritually, and never obtain notoriety of adharma. And the mother looks whether the prayer is sincere, and if it is sincere, she will grant us. When the mother blesses her children, the devotees, with riches, so that the children may practice charity, sharing, caring. That was what Sri Ramakrishna emphasized. We are all trustees. So thereby we also gain good name for oneself. It is said that each one of us will be happy in heaven as long as the good deeds of charity initiated by him help the society. There was a very charming story in one of the Puranas. There was a very charitable person. As a result of that, what we call he led a dharmic life. That means a life of virtue. And as a result of it, after the death of this body, he went to heaven. And a time had come. So the devatas, their calculator has gone wrong. So they calculated that your time is up, you have to go. But he was not ready. He was shocked. No, can't I stay for some time longer? They said no. But he was such a good man. The devatas said that all right, we will grant you, we will give you a suggestion actually. So you go and find out, go to the earth and search for a person who remembers your good name. If somebody still remembers, and you can come back and live so long as that remembrance is there. So this man came. It took, of course, a little bit of time, and practically people have forgot. That is the nature of the people also. Ungrateful people. We all forget God, we forget our parents, we forget all those people who have done so much of good and still doing so much of good. That is what happens. So this person asked, do you remember such and such a person? They said, no, but my father is still alive. You go and ask him. He might remember. So this person approached his father, who was old, and he also doesn't. But he said, my father is living. Go and ask him. So he asked that grandfather. And he said, I also don't remember, but my father is alive. So go and ask him. Like that, the oldest living person, he was asked. And that person said, yes, I did not see him, but I heard about the greatness of this person, how much good he had done to the entire world. He gave up his life in doing good to the world only. And then this man came back and said, this is what I heard. And the Devata said, all right, so long as that man is alive, you can stay in heaven. This is a belief. It is only an encouragement to say that you also try to lead a good life. So, because according to Hindu theory, whatever good actions you do, they begin at a particular time, they end at a particular time. So the result also begins at a particular time. It also ends at a particular time. So that is why it is said that liberation is called akrita. That is, it is eternal. It is not the result of obtaining something. It is not the result of doing some karma. So, kritena akritaha na siddhyati. So, by any type of activity, one cannot attain to that which is eternal. Eternal can be attained only by eternity. So this is a beautiful prayer, and many prayers that are coming later on are of similar type, but with one caution. We have to interpret Otherwise, we can also misinterpret and say, here is a devotee and he is so selfish. He wants everything for himself. He doesn't want anything that can do good to others. No. This is the way how a baby grows. First we are selfish. Then we slowly learn how to take care of each other, how to care and share with each other. That is how normally, naturally we grow. Health, that is called healthy growth. It may appear to be selfish at the beginning, but not later on. So the prayer continues in the 8th rik. Kshutpipasam amalam jeshtam alakshmim nashayamyaham abhutim asamruddhincha sarvam nirnutam egrihat. This is a kind of negative type of prayer. By thy grace, O Mother, I should get rid of Jeshta Lakshmi, embodiment of all misfortunes, pains, sufferings, and difficulties like thirst and hunger, by your grace. O Mother, with your grace, drive out of my house all pain and all poverty. In Hindu lore, gods and goddesses are the manifestations of the supreme reality, called Ishvara, the Srishtikarta. But Lakshmi means the positive, all positive qualities. And Alakshmi means the negative qualities. Now, if you remember my talking about the churning of the milk ocean in hope of getting the nectar, as Bhagavatam says, I have quoted it. Now here what is important is every achievement is preceded by pain, by difficulty, with hard struggle, so all those things. So without all these, it is impossible to get what we want. That is why it is called manthana. It is churning. With great difficulty. You want to be a great mountain climber, that is a very good example. You want to become a good cook, that is another example. You want to become one of the most skillful pickpocket, that also requires a guru and a lot of practice. Many times you will be caught and thrashed. After that, slowly, your buddhi, your intellect, your intelligence will grow, and then you become an expert pickpocket. So, when these devatas, gods and demons started churning together, a temporary appeasement, ceasefire had taken place, and then they were churning the milk ocean. What did come out first? Tremendous amount of virulent poison. That is to say, when we are trying to climb up something, becoming better people, it's a hard struggle. To go down is very easy. So at this stage, we have to have tremendous grace of God in the form of a very strong will and hope, faith. What is the faith? That this is only the initial difficulty. Once I overcome it, just like exercise, so the more I exercise, so the stronger I become. But in the beginning, a skillful instructor doesn't ask you to lift 100 kg. He will only ask you to lift half a kg. And slowly, as our muscles become stronger, he increases the weight. This is how every training. So you enter into elementary school, 2 plus 2 you want to learn, and then only 2 plus 3. So beginning will always be, has to be with difficulties. That is very important. This is a prayer. Oh Mother, so I want to come to you. I want to manifest your divinity. You please manifest within me. But for that purpose, I must become a fit recipient. And I can become a fit recipient only by destroying all the negative qualities. So according to this legend we were talking about, first poison has come. This is called in Hindu lore Jyeshta Lakshmi. Lakshmi and Jyeshta Lakshmi. Jyeshta means elder sister, and later on came real Lakshmi. So this Jyeshta Lakshmi in Hindu lore has a negative meaning. It's misfortunes, that is whatever I do, it is turning to be into a negative activity, and poverty and ill health and not having anything that even proper life, proper dress, proper education, proper housing and proper environment. All these are classified under one, which is called misfortune, ill fortune, anything opposite to Lakshmi or the goddess of wealth, poverty, etc., etc. But according to Hindu theory, why did this thing come? Not because God is endowing you with deliberately, purposely, because he is a cruel being. No. Hindus, according to Hindu belief, it is all because of the karma phala of the past. I have done something wrong. Now I cannot undo what I have done. But from now onwards, I will never do anything. I promise you. I take a strong vow, like New Year resolution. I will never again talk negativity. I will not do anything that can hurt, that can harm, that can create loss for anybody. That is the whole essence of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not tell a lie, thou shalt not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor, etc., etc. All these things, by the way, all these 10 commandments roughly correspond to the Yama and Niyama of Patanjali. So all the negativity, and there are two types of negativities. One type of negativity is that which contributes us to make us strong, so hard work and determination and what is called that willpower which will resist everything. That is a very positive negativity. But becoming hopeless, suffering from despair, depression, and we have to take medications so that we can, like zombies, we can live. Really, medications are not going to help us overcome anything of these negativities. They only dull our mind so that we will not do something harmful to ourselves or to others. But by the Divine Mother's grace, Alakshmim Nashayamiham, with your grace, I can easily overcome. Here, Alakshmi has to be interpreted in the sense of whatever is obstructing me approaching you, the Divine Mother, and becoming one with you, that obstruction should be completely destroyed. Again, in the Hindi lore, they are called 6 enemies: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. Lust, anger, greed, and pride, and jealousy, and intolerance of each other, all these things. Abhutim asamardhincha sarvam. So abhuti, that means whatever is poverty. Poverty of health, poverty of wealth, poverty of because of the bad qualities, and therefore asamruddhim. Riddhim means that which is marvelous, plentiful, and samriddhi means just the opposite of it. Everything that leads to disease, suffering, pain, death, what is called narrow-mindedness and cruelty, let all this sarvam, everything, all this negativity, nirnudam egriha, may it depart from my house, may it depart from my life, may it never come back. How does it depart? You cannot, it is not a person, it is not an object that you just take a stick and push that object out of the way. No, I am, through my activities, I have invited it as a karma phala. And karma phala can be negated only through opposite karma phala. This is called pratipaksha bhavanam. It is not only merely a thought, but every activity, every negative activity should be overcome by a positive activity. So I shall get rid of Jeshta Lakshmi, that is to say anything opposite to wealth, health, happiness, etc. And this Jeshta Lakshmi, who is the embodiment of all misfortunes and difficulties, like thirst and hunger. Very interesting word, Kshut Pipasa. But in the Chandi we get Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Kshudha Rupena, manifesting in the form of hunger. What a marvelous, joyous thing. When you are ravenously hungry, you don't need any spice. Hunger is the greatest sauce. Similarly, when you work hard, then you become very thirsty, very hungry, very tired. So that is the greatest payment we have to make in order to enjoy what follows. So here, abhuti, asamruddhi, etc. That means endow me with that kind of intelligence which will make me think aright, obtain the right knowledge, grant me that willpower so that I can pursue the fourfold goals of life. They are called dharma, artha, kama and moksha. So the goals of life, human goals, desirable goals of life, is a marvelous concept, I tell you. A whole Hinduism can be essentially understood in the form of attainment of these four goals. For that purpose, life is divided into four stages of evolution, and for that, the scripture is divided into an appropriate guide for each stage of our evolution. So, everything, even the what we call caste system, is nothing but overcoming the obstacles and evolving further towards these highest goals. I am not going to go into the details now, but this is the essence of it. What is it? First, give me a right understanding. And even hard work, etc., are the payments. We need to do it. But if somebody had neglected the right way of life, inevitably the result of our own past catches up with us. There is no way of escapism. And when we are suffering, perhaps it leads us to the right understanding. And with this right understanding, if we can take the right resolution and then turn towards the right resolution, which is called turning towards God. It is a beautiful language. Turning towards God means turning away from wrong actions, understanding, to right understanding and right activities, turning back from a wrong turn and trying to reach the right turn. That is how we have to understand. This is possible, first of all, when we understand, and every misery in this world is only for the sake of making us awake that you are responsible for what you are now, and you are the architect of your own future. So, but Mother's grace, that is very important for us. So, if your grace is there, my understanding becomes absolutely right, and I will be endowed with crystal clear understanding, and then I will be endowed with a strong power of resolution, and then I will strive my best. And as I am striving along, your grace comes to me, and then it will destroy. And I can destroy all the negativity only by your grace. And when I succeed in it, I obtain you. When I obtain you, I become one with you. And when I become one with you, that is the called liberation. And this is the essence of the 8th rig. Now we enter into the 9th rig. Gandhadvaram, Duradharsham, Nitya Pushtam, Karishinim, Ishvarim Sarvabhutanam Tam Iha Upavayishriyam. This is a continuation of the 8th mantra. There in the 8th mantra, the prayer is, with your grace, I want to remove, I want to evolve, I don't want to slide down and then go back from where I have come to stocks and stones. So I am inviting you, O Mother Lakshmi. You are forbearing and forgiving as the very earth itself. You always bring prosperity because you are the embodiment of all prosperity. And you are the supreme mistress of all creatures. So Gandhatvaram, very beautiful words are given. And supposing you enter into a shrine, any Hindu shrine, you will see a beautiful smell of the incense stick, and also camphor smell will be coming out. And that becomes associated. When the Divine Mother comes, she comes. That's a beautiful fragrance will come. Here the fragrance is not only physical, but more spiritual, which is called the spiritual fragrance. That is goodness, purity, trustworthiness, and all these wonderful divine qualities will come. But it is said in the Hindu lore that a yogi who is practicing for striving for spiritual perfection, his body emits only fragrant smell. And it is also said, of course I don't know how far it is true, that even the feces of a yogi, even the hogs which devour these, what we live there in the fields, especially in India, not in the West, that they go on, whatever we live, they go on foraging, that is the food for them. But a yogi's feces, they will not even touch because they give such fragrance. So if your food is smelling with full of like jasmine or rose, probably you don't want to touch it. Only it should smell onion and all those Indian spices. Then only you feel what they call meat masala, and then only it is very tasty. No, when the Divine Mother comes through an individual, that person's whole body emits such a fragrance that people's minds are uplifted towards the divine. That is the meaning of Gandhatvaram Duradharsham. It is not easy to obtain the grace of the Divine Mother. That means it is not easy to get the grace of God. It is available, but it is only with great difficulty we can get. That means we have to strive to be the proper receptacles. Then only it is possible. And once the grace of God comes, and that name of the grace of God, let us not forget, is here called Lakshmi. Sri Ramakrishna calls it Kali, doesn't matter. And the Vaishnavas call it Radha. And so, and what happens? Nitya Pushta. She will make every aspect of human life completely fulfilled. Every way human being will be evolving. Physically, intellectually, aesthetically, morally, and spiritually. This is her grace. Nitya Pushtam Karishini. That is why every Hindu wants to say, Deyo Yonaha Prachodayat. May you enter into me, may you drive my life, so that my life I will be victorious. Where there is Krishna, that is grace. Where there is Arjuna, that is the effort. Then there, Jaya, Kirti, Niti, everything will be there. Yatra Krishno, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdharaha, Tatra Srihi, Vijaya, Bhuti, Dhruva, Nitir, Matir, Mama. Beautiful word Sri. That Sri is being referred here. Nitya Pushtam. Once she comes, she will never desert like any other ordinary worldly object. And she will make her child in every way like herself. and you cannot escape, because she is Ishwarim, she is the Empress, she is the ruler of this a whole world, Sarva Bhutanam, the entire creation, all beings, living and as well as non-living. Tam iha upahvaye shriyam. I invite that Shri to come to me, the grace of the Divine Mother. But what is the condition? The condition is I have to be a proper receptacle. How do I become a proper receptacle? Only by the grace of the Divine, by hard work, spiritual practice. I have to purify myself. That one word, purity, it gives us that beautiful idea. There is no other way. And when she comes, what happens? Nitya Pushtam means she will never make me lack in anything. And those devotees who children who are devoted to her are eternally supplied with everything. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, if you take God's name, you will not lack anything. God will take care of you. Karishani means abundance will come. And she is the Ishwara. How does it come? Because she is the Empress. She is the ruler of this entire universe. And she is not only there within you, she is there within everybody. And if she is within everybody, so the other person is not different from you. When she manifests in you, you understand. When she manifests in me, I understand that everything is the Divine Mother's will only. And how can she come? Only through self-surrender. Tam iha upahvaye. I invite her to enter into my heart. Hridaya kamala mathye rajitam nirvikalpam. I am inviting her to this place. Which place? My heart. The aspirant is making a simple statement that I desire you. Tvam Rune. I don't want Alakshmi. I want only Lakshmi. I don't want negativity. I only want all positivity. And when she comes, I gain the entire universe. That means I know I am not separate from you. And that means what? Aham Brahmasmi. That is the understanding, but it comes through hard work, and that comes only by the grace of God. That is why Sri Krishna ends his Bhagavad Gita teaching, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Do everything that you have to do. But know that without the grace of the God, you will not achieve anything, because God is the giver of everything. You surrender yourself totally to me, and thereafterwards you abide in eternal infinite bliss. Mashuchaha. There is nothing for you to worry about it. These beautiful ideas we will continue in our next class. Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapatme Tayo Sritva Pranamami Muhur Muhu. May